Hey people, it is Friday, October the 29th, and the time is 5:25?
5:24 p.m.
5:24, according to Mr. Johnny Strides, who is here with me.
Hey people.
And he's using my catchphrase.
I have offered Ken royalties to use that.
That's true, I gave him permission. So we're here on Bathurst Street, between Queen Street West and Richmond Street, and Mr. Strides and I just completed a walk along Queen Street West. We actually started at Dundas Square and made our way north to Queen Street and then continued west along Queen here to Bathurst.
South to Queen Street through some laneways and alleys.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, did I say north? I meant
You
south.
did.
Right.
Didn't mean to fact check you on your own video.
Right.
But
Listen to Mr. Strides. He knows what he's talking about. So anyway, now we're going to head back into downtown and we will walk along Richmond Street.
which is right here.
Yes. So we've
Wanna cross
already reached the destination. Yes, let's cross. So as you can see, it's raining. It wasn't raining when we began, but it started shortly afterwards. But at least it's not windy much anymore.
No,
it was earlier.
It was windy when we started, but not raining, and then it got less windy when it started raining.
So as long as my umbrella isn't turning inside out, I'm okay.
Well, this one won't turn inside out. It's got this neat little
Oh, wow.
pocket here for the hair to slide through.
Wow, nice.
It's a fancy umbrella.
That is fancy.
Oh, I'm a fancy kind of guy. I have that in common with Megan. And we say it's not windy, just
And just as I said that, my umbrella starts flipping around here.
It might have been that we were walking with the wind at our backs, so we didn't notice it so much.
So I get the fun walk heading into the wind.
You picked it?
Yeah, I did pick it. Yep. And it's rush hour, so we might see some congestion as we head into the financial district. Richmond Street does head through the financial district.
Typically, that stretch between Yonge and University is often backed up during rush hour.
Yeah. And then once we get to Yonge Street, we're going to head south on Yonge. Notice I said south and not north. And we will probably finish up at Union Station.
Where I started my video this morning from.
Oh. So this is a one-way street. It's basically a traffic funnel, just to get cars through the downtown as quickly as possible. There's also a bike lane. I think you've done a number of videos using this bike lane.
I have. It's one of my favorite bike lanes in the city. It's smooth. It's wide enough that you can pass people.
Yep. And it's a protected bike lane too.
And I always have much better luck in terms of people parking their car and blocking it. They don't do it so much on Richmond, whereas Adelaide is kind of a gong show sometimes. Adelaide being the street that's one block to the south, going one way in the other direction. So
Right.
between Richmond and Adelaide, you kind of have a complete bike track.
Yeah.
Because you can go either way. In pre-pandemic times, it was the busiest bike track in the city, but they've since built the Bloor Street one out quite a bit. So I'm curious to see the numbers.
Oh, yeah. Well, I know at times there's like serious bike traffic using these bike lanes on Adelaide and Richmond, like rivaling the car traffic, it seems like at times. And Halloween's just a couple of days away. We did see a number of people in costumes while we were recording Johnny's part of this collaboration. So maybe we'll see some more.
Well, we are in the fashion district.
That's true. Yeah. This is Megan's favorite part of downtown. Megan is my girlfriend, if you didn't know. She designs and makes her own clothing.
Is this is kind of a hidden treasure here.
Yeah, you want to check it out?
The Alex Wilson Community Garden.
Yeah, I've always thought this was kind of a cool little spot. After you?
I'll follow your lead, no?
Yeah, after you. Yeah.
All right.
This is probably one of the more interesting things along this part of Richmond Street.
And we hit Graffiti Alley.
Yes.
So if you wanted, we could even hit Graffiti Alley and then loop back to Richmond.
Why don't we do that? Let's just do that.
All right.
This is like a fly by the seat of your pants kind of video.
You're going to have to remember that come map time. Here's a question. Before you upload a video, do you watch it and kind of fact check it and make sure there's no errors or...
I don't usually watch it in its entirety, but I will just
kind of scrub through it?
Scrub through it, yeah. I used to watch them all the time, like a couple of years ago.
This is pretty new, isn't it?
This big mural?
Yeah.
I think this has been here for a while. I've recorded this at least a couple of years ago.
Oh.
But it is really, really neat.
Very observant.
It has all the Toronto landmarks and things of note on it.
Rob Ford on a moose,
yeah.
a beaver, a raccoon.
Got the Gord Downey, yeah. Got the Sam the Record Man spinning record.
It's missing me and you walking around with the camera.
I know, like maybe we'll be a new addition. And this is the cool fish wall, as I call it.
Did you ever see the swing set when it was installed?
No.
There's a little tiny alleyway between two buildings, and there used to be a swing in the early days of the
Oh, neat.
but it got taken out.
And this part here used to be a regular wall like the rest of the alley, but it got torn down when they built this new condo. But I think eventually this hoarding will come down and the wall behind here of the new building will be reborn as a new section of Graffiti Alley.
A new canvas.
Yep.
City's artists. Is it back to Richmond?
Yeah, let's head back to Richmond. Graffiti Alley does extend all the way down to Spadina. And I've done a video covering the entirety of it before, if you're interested to check that out. So has Johnny.
Well, I've done several, yeah.
Yep.
One of the first videos I ever did was from Bathurst Station to Graffiti Alley, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember your first walking video?
Yep. It's a walk down Bay Street to the financial district during rush hour.
Ooh, you went with the classic.
Yep. And for some reason it became popular right off the bat. That's what kind of spurred me into doing this regularly, because I just posted it and I thought, well, you know, we'll see how many views this gets, and started getting a lot of views. So that kind of was encouraging.
And that was filmed unstabilized, just on an iPhone.
Yep, totally unstabilized. It was a 19-minute long video. And now it has about 70,000 views. I think it got about 50,000 in its first year. So I thought, wow, that's pretty good. So I thought,
I'm quite sure that etiquette on that situation. We were there well before she was.
That's true, yeah.
Normally I let people through.
And as we're talking about the traffic, this is starting to get backed up here.
And that is Spadina Avenue, straight ahead. I love these homes that you see all around the city.
Yeah.
Sherburne Street has a bunch. It's kind of like the Kenny for Spenny home, in a way.
Right. Kind of.
That's your way of saying not really, but
A little
agree
bit.
with you.
A little bit. I can see the Kenny versus Spenny house from my apartment window. I look down almost directly on it. This is a fairly new building, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
That's a fairly new mural.
Mm-hmm.
That's one way to jazz up the city when you have a boring parking lot like this.
At least they added a little dash of color here. And brightens things up a bit.
Yeah, I like whatever this thing is on the corner here.
Oh, the big thimble? Is that what that is?
I don't know.
I think it's the thimble to go along with the fashion district.
I think almost every single condo we see in this direction is new.
Yeah.
You used to see the financial district from this vantage point.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. It is a thimble.
Mm-hmm. And there used to be a sort of like a tape measure drawn on the ground, but I think that's gone now.
We're gonna go for it. 16 seconds.
Let's do it. So we're crossing Spadina Avenue.
I always think these are good thumbnail opportunities when you turn right in the center of a street.
Oh yeah, me too. Especially awesome looking streets like this.
I think some of the best might be on Richmond or I think it's Adelaide actually, looking west towards the city from Adelaide Street East.
Yeah.
Right around Adelaide and King.
Oh, totally.
You have an awesome view.
Yeah, and King Street East looking towards the financial district is awesome as well.
Oh, I'm a bit jealous you got the rain factor going on your video. That alone is going to boost its views.
Rain walk collab video with Johnny Strides during rush hour. See, I have all these things now.
Pending snowstorm in 1 month.
And also sunset. I could throw that in there maybe.
Well, after this, I think I'm off to get my iPhone back from the Apple Store, which we talked about in my part of the collaboration.
Yep. That's exciting. Hopefully it's all good and well.
And I don't think either of us are going to go out to live stream today.
No.
You mentioned you weren't. I was 50-50, but the rain kind of sours it.
Yeah. I normally do a live stream at least once a week, and almost always during the weekend. So we'll see.
Unless it's on a Thursday morning, which lands right when I decide to do a random morning live stream.
That's true. The odd time I do things like that.
I saw Action Kid was in Boston today.
Yeah, I saw that.
He was live streaming from there.
Yeah. He's been there before. I guess he thought, why not go back?
And Ginny TTY is back in New York.
Is she? Okay, good. Maybe I'll start watching her streams again.
Her trip to Texas got canceled because she doesn't know how airports work.
I saw that. And then she went to Florida, which to me is like one of the most boring places ever. I mean...
And she was having trouble with her data providers there.
Yeah. Oh.
So now she's in New York. Debbie's back in Halifax.
If she just walked around neighborhoods in Miami, I would find that interesting, but that's not kind of what she does, you know? She's not really a urban walker.
She's more of a lifestyle streamer.
Yeah.
Like, watch me have my day while I do these pre-planned activities.
Right.
Which is cool.
I did watch all of her Toronto streams, though, simply, you know, because it's here, so...
Yeah, that's neat. I like seeing other perspectives.
Yeah, and we both met her.
We did?
So you'll find our videos where we both met her on separate occasions.
As the kiddies would say, stream sniped.
Yep.
I always associated that with a negative thing, like when someone like disrupts your stream.
But now it's almost like a thing they expect.
Yeah, but she uses it like a Like she calls them snipers, like, hey snipers, oh I bought you a gift.
Right. She gives her snipers gifts and they give her gifts as well.
I'm gonna scooch ahead here.
I didn't have a gift for her because...
Your gift was, I'm gonna lose some viewers by showing them someone else's product.
Right, right.
I also gave that same gift. So from the fashion district to the entertainment district. I can't believe they're going to tear this theater down.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy to think about, considering it's not terribly old or anything.
Well, in the late 90s, it was like the hip place to go.
Yeah.
Had the stadium-style seating, which was only in the newer theaters back then.
And there's going to be, like, I think 2 new towers built on this site. But also another theater, but just a smaller theater, yeah. Because how many screens are here now? Like a couple of dozen at least?
I think it was 10, but they're all big, and then they added an IMAX.
Right.
But they're like big-ass theaters. They're not... And this linen chest used to be a club called Republic.
Oh.
And Edge 102 would broadcast from there.
Interesting.
I always went to the more rock places. Wasn't really...
Not really a dance club?
Like dance and R&B.
Yeah.
And that
That's never been of interest to me either.
But Republic was on our regular go-to list. You'd always see Josie Guy.
Oh, nice.
And it's neat because it wraps around this parking thing. So the club, you used to go in here, and then it would stretch over to the other side of the linen chest.
Oh, okay, cool, cool.
And this was all clubs here. There'd always be people lined up. How's your umbrella handling?
Yeah, it's alright. I've gotten pretty skilled at angling it the right way when a wind gust comes up.
One thing I noticed from watching myself on your video and Bevy's is I guess all the walking with the camera, I've just kind of started to lean a bit to watch it, so I'm trying to be more mindful of my posture when I walk.
Oh, I see, yeah.
It's just kind of naturally, because I hold the camera different than you. You hold it right up by your eyes, which is probably way better. I hold it low, so I'm naturally kind of...
Yeah, I noticed when people pass by in your videos, you kind of, the camera catches them kind of in their midsection, where I tend to catch them more up in their shoulder area.
I think we might be kind of similar, where... Let me cheat and pull my camera out and fake hold it high to prove my point. Yeah, I hold it higher than you.
Oh, so, well, you are taller, so. I actually did shoot a video holding my camera the way you hold yours recently, just to try it out. I have done it before.
1,000 likes and be your most successful video ever.
It did all right. It was my video walking from Union Station bus terminal to the CN Tower through the path. It did all right.
Here's an area that will no longer be soon as it gets turned into a public park.
Yep. A proper park.
Although I think people quite like the space now the way it is, even though it's commercialized. It's a nice big splash of color.
Yeah, and from up above it looks really awesome. I've seen some photographs taken from some of the buildings around looking down.
Here, I'm going to ask that you pose with this in the background.
Oh, for sure.
Make a little Insta picture here. I want to try to get scooch that way just a bit. All right. We're good,
cool.
sir. I can use that to promote the upcoming collaborations.
It's raining pretty good now.
It is. So this is kind of looking like a Monday video for me. How's it looking for you?
I was planning on Monday. Yep.
All right. Although I might want to squeak a Halloween video in closer to sort of capitalize on that.
Right.
So I'll let you know, but
Yeah, I've got a couple of videos in the can, so I can always switch it up.
well, we don't have to do it on the same day, but it is kind of neat.
Yeah, it would work just as well if we did them one day apart.
I'll probably premiere mine. Maybe people don't want to sit through 2 premieres in a day.
I think they enjoy the premieres. Maybe not 2 in a day, but
I do. It gives you a chance to sort of hang out with the community that watches your videos
yep.
without having to be on, so to speak, walking around, live streaming.
Yeah, it's also a long enough video to be premiere worthy.
Oh, I premiered a 10-minute one the other day on this doubles channel.
Which one was that?
The one of...
Oh, our little multi-stream? Yeah, okay.
There's an excellent sushi restaurant, or sashimi, right next to Yuck Yucks. I'll be going to a comedy club tomorrow night. Man, you really got the conditions right. You get the lighting, the rain.
Yep.
I'm quite envious of your video.
As long as the audio is good.
Maybe I'll withhold that from you.
I'll just use my own inbuilt audio then. Is that a word? Inbuilt? Built in.
There's twilight lighting. Appropriate given the time right now. And the sun really drops early when winter starts to roll around.
Yep.
And we don't help it by pulling the, or pushing the clock back an hour, right? No, we move it up an hour. So it gets...
Fall back. Goes back.
But that makes it darker earlier, right?
Yeah.
Which is stupid. Shouldn't we be doing the opposite?
I think it's kind of pointless, and I think they're trying to do away with it, but they can't really do that unless Quebec and New York State also agree to do away with it. Since we're all so interconnected.
And that's a state and a province we can't really bully around or outmuscle.
Right.
If it was like Saskatchewan, it would be like, you guys have no choice.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to leave you behind. But no offense to our Saskatchewan viewers.
Yeah. Hello to people in Saskatchewan.
They're like typical Toronto arrogance.
And we're coming into the financial district. This is University Avenue. And I can feel my socks getting wet.
Well, my feet are nice and dry.
Yeah, your shoes look a bit more waterproof than mine.
So Megan's not coming to town this weekend?
No, she's next weekend though. She has another photo shoot with 12H08 from the chat.
Oh. So the first one went well.
Yeah, it did.
I haven't seen 12H08 in a few weeks.
In the chat, yeah, me neither. Yeah.
Maybe they've abandoned my channel.
Her and Megan kind of chit-chat regularly now.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah.
And traffic is definitely picked up on Richmond here.
And I think next weekend when Megan is here, we'll be going to Casa Loma because that's where the photo shoot will be taking place. So I'll see if I can do a video inside Casa Loma, which I've never done before.
Do they allow that?
I don't know. I'll have to find out.
They don't really have a choice, do they?
Yeah.
Well, I just recorded a little snippet that I will upload as a YouTube short.
It's funny, my right foot is totally wet, the socks, but my left foot is still dry.
Well, As long as the microphone stays dry. I
Yeah.
don't care how wet your feet get.
Yeah, all is good. All is good under the umbrella.
For this stretch through the financial district, I think Adelaide kicks Richmond's ass in terms of the more interesting of the two.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
This is really more like the rear sides of buildings.
Yeah.
These buildings are kind of fronting Adelaide, and the buildings on the north are kind of fronting Queen.
This is the butt end of two more interesting streets. Up ahead, though, there is a pretty cool building that does front onto Richmond Street.
The BA Center?
That old historic building,
Oh, yeah.
what's it called, right up ahead?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Man, it's really coming down.
Yep. So here we go, rush hour rain sunset walk with Johnny Strides.
Twilight, sunset,
Yeah.
rain. Pre-Halloween.
Yep.
I always find it a struggle when I walk down, like, just say, a regular street, like Front Street, and I go to title my video, but there's nothing, there's no rain, it's not at night.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't have an adjective to slide in there, so it's like, hey, here's a Toronto walk along Front Street.
Yeah, I have the same problem. I just try to come up with some other thing to characterize the walk. It's not always easy, though.
No. I may use the word troubled from your Weston video and my Weston video,
Oh, yeah.
but I'm going to put it in quotations.
Right, yeah. So as not to offend, yes.
I did that on my first walk on Sherburne. I called it sketchy with quotations.
Right, I've done that before, too.
Yeah, and I noticed some other channels picking that up, so
Yeah.
I made my contribution. Often I pull up a thesaurus and I start looking, like I'll throw in an adjective
Yep.
that's kind of played out, or
Yeah, or I try to find synonyms for a word that I've used too many times.
well, have you seen Jerome Forestwood's channel?
Yeah.
He titles every video Toronto Walk dash then the name of the street.
Right, yeah.
And even if he'll have several videos with exactly the same name as well.
Yeah.
So he obviously doesn't give himself migraines when it comes to naming. It's
No.
like, I'll just put an interesting thumbnail on there,
Yeah.
make a descriptive but blunt.
And his videos
Title.
get decent views for the size of his channel.
Well, he just went north of 1,000 subs.
There you go. Here's that building I was talking about.
Yeah, it is gorgeous.
Yeah.
This whole street has some gems on the east side.
I love this street, just looking towards First Canadian Place.
The tallest building in the country, but not for long. There's two on Yonge Street.
That's true.
And what's really cool is we don't know which one will be taller. Because one Bloor West,
There's
right now, if they build it as approved, it'll be slightly shorter than Pinnacle, but they've applied for a height increase that would put it above that.
Right. And this is the Graphic Arts Building. I was trying to remember the name of it. And there's a height race going on because now the Sky Tower, there are rumors that they're going to be applying for a height increase to try and outdo the one, which is still waiting on word from their application for a height
Where's
increase.
the Sky Tower? Is that
Sky
the one
Tower?
on King?
It's the one at One Yonge.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
So they're trying. It's a Chrysler building, the Empire State Building,
Yeah.
but instead of beautiful Art Deco buildings, it's modern, shitty glass condos.
Right.
Although I'll give those two buildings their due. A lot more attention has gone into their design than most of them.
Yeah, like the Sky Tower, it's just a big hole in the ground now, but the renderings are really nice. If it turns out looking like the renderings, it's going to be a beautiful building.
So is One Bloor West.
Yeah, it's
It's the Norman Foster design.
yeah, very, very nice building.
And we're at Bay Street, so one more block to go. Oh, you can cross. I'll let you get that Bay Street Canyon if you want.
Oh yeah. My beloved
Canyon
Bay
corn.
Street Canyon.
This may have not been the smartest move. Do you remember when there was just a stump here?
Yep. Didn't they just call it the stump for like
Bay Adelaide stump?
for like decades?
Well, it was the financial crisis of the late 80s that gave that development its death blow.
Yep.
And I'm kind of disappointed with the new BA Center. I'd rather there be one or two towers that really put a punctuation on the skyline than these three kind of boring.
Boxes.
Yeah.
Did you see the original design for that failed Bay Adelaide Center?
I did.
The cancelled one. It was pretty interesting. It
As
had
it
like
should have
a pointed. Came to like a point at the top. It was 57 stories. And it was really cool. It would have done like exactly that. It had like a bit of a punctuation on the skyline.
Because you have Scotia Plaza, you have First Canadian Place, Farmers Court West. It kind of needed an extra dance partner.
Yep.
And we ended up with these three little stumpy glass cubes.
Yep.
The biggest travesty are the New York Towers on Shepherd East
Oh,
in
those
North
things.
York around the IKEA. Because those were supposed to be much taller, but NIMBYs came and had them reduced.
Now they look ridiculous.
Yeah, they look like these stumpy little fake Chrysler buildings.
Yeah.
They lost their proportions.
Yep.
I think developers have since wisened up. They approved for a building like 10 stories taller than they need to build it. The
Oh,
locals
yeah.
come out with their pitchforks.
Why don't they do that every time?
All right, we'll concede 10 stories and we'll give you guys a battle. I mean, I'm not pro or anti-developer. I'm pro skyscraper. And I think the city needs to get its head out of its ass and make more of the units affordable,
Right.
for sure. But at the same time, I love watching tall buildings go up.
Me too. That's been my lifelong joy since I was a kid. Don't ask me why. I don't know. Now we're walking south on Yonge Street.
Well, I think you need to go back to New York because just around Central Park, those tall point towers they have.
Yeah.
Oh, well, point tower is a Vancouver term, I think.
Yeah, those are just skinny, skinny towers in Manhattan there.
Oh, they're amazing though.
Yeah. I think they call them pencil towers or something like that.
All on Billionaires Row.
Yeah.
That's the smartest umbrella design.
The other day I was walking through here and they had this block ahead blocked off. They had the block blocked off.
Block ahead, blocked off.
And there
It works, it works.
Yeah, and they were shooting a scene from the TV show The Boys, so they had everything done over to look like New York City. They had like a fake New York City subway entrance. They had a bunch of New York City cabs, police cars, fire truck, ambulance, the whole shebang. So I took a couple pics. I posted one on my Instagram. If you didn't know any better, you just look at the picture and think, oh, it's a picture of New York. Like, you know, unless you're like super familiar with the buildings on this block of Yonge Street.
Well, that might drive some people in New York nuts who want to see movie sets or where movies were set in real life and they realize like this doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Like there's been some movies that have blatantly used like City Hall as if it was in another city.
Right? Right.
remember looking at or watching Police Academy as a kid, seeing First Canadian Place.
Yeah.
They like scrubbed out the CN Tower.
Yeah.
But they made no effort to hide. So it's clearly Toronto.
Yeah. I remember when I saw that movie in the theater, I think I was 14. It was like one of the first adult accompaniment movies I went to. When that was the age to see those movies, you know?
Yeah.
And the opening shot of Police Academy is like a view of the financial district during like a thunderstorm or something with the rain coming down. And I immediately went like, even then I was like, that's Toronto. Like, what the heck?
I remember watching Short Circuit, seeing that electronic board that was just north of Yonge and Wellesley.
Yeah.
I was like, that's Toronto.
Yeah.
I don't think Toronto played itself in that movie.
No. I think it was supposed to be New York.
It did in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, I think.
Yep.
Shazam was another one that was blatantly Toronto.
Yep.
Hey, there's a costume.
Oh, there you go. Finally see a costume. Here's King Street.
Another neat canyon.
Yep.
There's some astronauts walking.
More? Oh. I missed them. Both of my socks are wet now.
I am still bone dry. My step count's got to be getting up there today. Oh, only 18,000?
Yeah, I'm probably up there too. I did 2 videos today, earlier.
So this is number 3?
Yeah.
It's a very productive day.
Yeah.
And when you live stream, you don't upload a video, so...
No. I just figure that's my video for the day.
I've been doing that sometimes. But I should be doing it more.
If I'm in the mood though, sometimes before or after the live stream I'll shoot a video.
Wellington.
Oh, did they take down the all the tarps and everything off of this old block? They had it all covered up for the longest time.
Oh, where the marché used to be.
That's nice. This has always been one of the nicest blocks of old historic buildings downtown, in my opinion.
I think the nicest would be the north or the south side of Front Street, just
Across
to
from
the east of
Berkeley
here.
Park?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's nice.
and even just east of there, maybe all the way to the St. Lawrence. It's kind of
Yep.
oh, this place is rebranded. Haven't they? D&B.
Ah. Isn't this where Drake's restaurant was or something? Pick Six? Is that what it was called?
You had a restaurant here.
Yeah.
I am out of that loop.
It lasted maybe a year or two. Even Drake can't keep a restaurant going, apparently. Alright, now here's Front Street.
We're going to stay on the north side, off by the Hockey Hall of Fame, which used to be an exhibition place.
Let me get a shot of you with all these hockey players.
Sweet. I'd run behind and stick my head up, but this is all you're going to get. Hey.
There we go.
That'll be interesting to listen to with the combined audio, if that's what you use. Because I'm going to look far away, but it's going to sound as if...
Yeah, that's neat. Yeah, we'll see how that works out. Yeah.
Thank you. You did your job well, sir. You always get a really cool shot of the CN Tower right around this bend.
Yep. They haven't turned on the LED lights yet, but they should be coming on any time, really. And this is also one of the, I think, the most
The old Dominion building?
imposing, beautiful blocks of downtown with Union Station and the Dominion Public Building and the Royal York Hotel.
It's only a matter of time before condos start sticking up out of this thing.
There is a proposal for that, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because I think that's a federally owned building.
Is it? Yeah.
And if it's provincial or federal land in the city has no say in what they do.
Right. Yep.
Kind of like the old Dominion factory in the Canary District.
Oh, that
How
one,
the
yeah.
province just started tearing it down, even though it had a Toronto Heritage designation.
Right. Well, they put a stop to that.
A temporary stop.
Yeah.
No shady backroom deals going on there.
Shady backroom deals in Toronto? What are you talking about? Yeah, I got quite a lot of pedestrian traffic happening here, considering the
And this car really pushing its luck.
the weather
this time.
conditions.
So where are we going to finish up?
Let's finish up right at the subway entrance over here.
All right.
There's a look north up Bay Street.
Then you're just going to walk home?
Yeah. I'm already wet. What's the difference? Yeah. I have to stop at Popeyes anyway, the supplement store, just at Yonge and Adelaide or whatever. I want to get some protein powder.
Oh, we could even pop into the Grand Hall for a sec.
Yeah, let's do that.
Put
We'll,
the equipment away. The Great Hall, the Grand Hall,
yeah.
the GR,
Hall.
some more letters in there. Maybe it's old age, but I'm constantly forgetting things that I know. Like, I hope it kind of has a break in the rain tomorrow. I'd like to get out and live stream. But I think it said it might rain all day.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, let me get a shot of you with the CN Tower and Union Station.
Do a little Mary Poppins.
All right. Potential thumbnail.
Actually, why don't you spin around? Since we're so shamelessly fishing for thumbnails. I'll see if I can. One of us can use it, maybe. Oh, I can't get the CN Tower in the background.
Can we move our umbrellas?
I don't know. I don't think that's going to work.
We could get wet for a few seconds and do it, but
Then you lose that appeal of this is a rain.
that's true.
I'm kind of debating doing a Twilight Rain video up to Eaton Center from here.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely the time to do it.
Right. Mask time. Are we actually going inside, or are we just going to hang out here?
Let's go inside. I'll just get a nice shot of the Great Hall.
Sorry.
Drop
some garbage. Pick up.
I'm just going to put my umbrella down for a second.
That's true. I'm holding my umbrella like an idiot trying to put my mask on with one hand.
This is like the bane of my existence, having to stop and do this all the time. All right. And we're out of the rain.
And into the very grand hall.
The Great Hall. It is grand, though. It is a grand Great Hall.
Oh, thanks for having me along the way.
Hey, it was super fun. I'm glad you suggested this. So thanks for being part of another collab with me, Mr. Strides.
No problem. So part 1 will be on my channel. Part 2, obviously, if you're watching this, I shouldn't have to tell you where to find it.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'll put a link to Johnny's video on my channel. So, thank you everyone for joining in, and hope to see you all watching. I'll do a premiere, as will Mr. Strides. So we'll see you in the chat. So if you enjoyed this, leave a comment below, and like and share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And be sure to hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. And if you'd like to support the channel, there are links in the description where you can do so via PayPal and via my merch store. Yes, I have merch. I have hoodies, t-shirts, and a mug with the Ken Continuum name and logo on them. And you can also find me on Instagram under K Continuum, and you can find Mr. Strides on Instagram also at Johnny Strides.
Correct.
So thanks for watching, and be sure to keep checking back because, as always,
It continues.
it continues.